Hola y bienvenidos a un directillo más. Sí, me había pasado el juego, me lo había pasado. Y bueno, hice un New Game Plus, no hice directo de ello, pero ha pasado algo. Bueno, sí, el New Game Plus lo estoy haciendo en fácil. Bueno, voy a ver si desbloqueo alguna cosilla, todo eso. Y me lo fui haciendo rápido, saltándome la historia. Pero llegó un momento en el que pasó algo que no había pasado. Y es que Raikkonen, la criada finlandesa que trabaja en este bar, se la ha llevado Soga, el malo. Se la ha llevado, es decir, llega un momento que no nos respondía, quedaba con la mirada fija. ¿Qué te pasa? Apareció Soga y dice, no, esta se va conmigo. Y se fue con ella. Y bueno, a Sion ya le puedo cambiar la ropa, aunque le he puesto una boina porque no tenía protección en la cabeza. Y bueno, a ver, la misión principal que tengo ahora es... un Kasuga. Vale, pues... posiblemente le dé un arma mejor de lo que tiene. Y si le doy las pistolas. No le pega, pero... bueno, sí que le pega. A ver, tiene una empresa. ¿Qué le vamos a hacer? Nada, va bien con el maletín. Hola, Ken. Pues... a ver, no tengo secundaria con Nana. ¿Esa es la Hikikomori de la que te hablaba? Por cierto, tengo los otros personajes disfrazados. Que no te extrañe que lleven ropas raras para ir en la calle.
She's a good girl, beloved by all, that Kati. I truly hope she's unharmed wherever she is. Sorry to change the subject, but I wonder if I might ask you a few questions. Firstly, have you been experiencing any physical abnormalities of late? Perhaps feeling a bit sluggish, or having your legs give out from under you, or maybe some slight dizziness?
Ya es que nuestro personaje es el familiar de... a ver, te explico, que nuestro personaje es el familiar de un Night Eater, que es uno... bueno, los Night Eaters son los que cazan los vampiros, estos. Y nos convirtió en su familiar porque nos estábamos muriendo y era la única forma de salvarnos la vida. Porque nos iban a convertir en uno de esos vampiros. Por una oferta de trabajo.
That's good then. If that should change, however, please be sure you let me know immediately, all right? As it happens, when analyzing that blood sample I took the other day...
Ah, bueno, y esta es dueña de una empresa farmacéutica. Y descubrió el tema de los vampiros. Y en cierto modo colabora con nosotros. Incluso creó una aplicación para distinguirlos sacando fotos con el móvil. Ocurre que su organización también estaba detrás de la creación de esos vampiros. A sus espaldas. Así que sí, está todo liado.
Kati, you're all right.
I've come to get you.
Esa es la criada que... es que da cosita. Pobrecilla lo que le habrán hecho. Sí, algunas respuestas que puedes dar son bastante graciosas.
She's not herself. She's being controlled.
Come to get you.
What do you mean you've come to get him?
Can't sustain. Body breaking down. Need to help him. Or else...
What?
his future. Soga will protect.
I don't understand.
Come. Come with me.
I won't let you take him. You can't just come and drag him away like that.
If you won't listen, then I'll have to take him by force.
I don't think we have any choice but to fight. If Rin is correct, she should be weak to sunlight like all the others now. So let's strip her down. I got this.
Nunca había luchado contra ese personaje. Ah, que había más. Había más y ni me enteré. Fui directamente a por ella.
We did it. We've stopped her. Huh? Hang in there. What's going on? You're burning up. It's just as I thought. You're not well.
Me encantan algunas respuestas que puedes dar.
Please, stay with me.
As I said, need to help him, or else.
All right. I believe you. You can take him to Soga if you must. But I have one condition. I'm coming along. He is not to go alone.
Very well.
Pero me llama la atención, el sol no le está haciendo daño. Es decir, no se está descomponiendo ni se está quemando.
I'll show you.
Es decir, no la ha convertido en vampira, simplemente la ha hipnotizado.
Can you stand? Here, prop yourself up on my shoulder. It's all right. Everything's fine. You don't need to worry. We're headed to see Soga. I know it's not ideal, but nothing good can come of you dying on us. In fact, if you die, then everything we've done will be meaningless. So think lively thoughts. I'll make sure you get through this okay, no matter what it takes. Interesting. So the organization is using the construction site for the new Radio Kaikon building as its headquarters.
Anda, mira quién está ahí.
Ms. President. I mean, Ms. Former President.
Well, well, if it isn't Sakaguchi. So you do have ties to the organization, just as I suspected. Impressive work keeping me from proving it all this time.
En la otra partida, lo que hicimos fue un concierto con... Es decir, hay otro personaje que es una idol que la había contratado la empresa para dar publicidad a la farmacéutica, pero es que ella había aprovechado ese contrato para colarse en la farmacéutica y recabar datos, con lo cual sospechaba de Sion. Y Sion no se daba cuenta de que estaban haciendo todas sus espaldas, tanto unos como otros. Y al final se pusieron de acuerdo y decían, mira, vamos a hacer un concierto para que haya dos objetivos porque van tras las dos. Y pillar a este. Ahora en esta historia esto va por otro cauce.
Never mind me. Why are you here?
Why, indeed.
She's here because I summoned her.
Tiene unas pintas de vampiro este. O de cazavampiros.
Soga, sir.
Pero no, este es el malo.
Actually, it's only the boy I summoned. The other one's an unexpected bonus.
Oh? Is there some reason I shouldn't be here?
No, you're quite welcome, I assure you. By all accounts, you're a rare prodigy in the fields of medicine and biology. Elected CEO at such a young age, you are, or were, like a modern-day noblewoman. And since you've come, I can only assume you intend to help us realize our goal. Or perhaps...
Let's just say I'm listening. Though, if you want my help, I must forewarn you. It'll come at a price.
Oh? And what might that be?
First, you release Kati Raikkonen. And second,
Let me guess. I saved the boy's life.
I see we're on the same page. Those are my 2 conditions. Do we have a deal?
Voy a dar esta opción.
This is all I can do right now. You won't last much longer as you are.
Soga, sir, you promised that if I drove this woman out of the company, you'd...
The lady and I are speaking, Sakaguchi. And I prefer not to be interrupted again. Besides, it wasn't you who drove her out. As I recall, she left of her own volition. No? So, everything is as it should be. And if you misunderstood our terms, that is strictly your fault.
My deepest apologies, sir.
Now, back to the matter at hand. In regards to your first condition, Kati will be released shortly, though not before I erase a few of her memories. You understand.
As long as she's safe.
As for the boy, the affliction he suffers runs deep. I cannot say for certain that I'll be able to cure him right away.
What? But that means...
Please, hear me out. I intend to do all that I can. First things first, I'd suggest he be adorned with this rosary. That should help keep his Night Eater side under control. His case is a complex one, having been transformed from a synthester to a Night Eater's familiar. I fear the 2 powers are fighting one another within him, placing the very structure of his body in danger of breaking down. With that rosary suppressing his Night Eater blood, however, he should feel slightly better soon.
You do seem more stable, at least for the moment.
So, have I cleared your conditions then? For now, I'm afraid I have work to do. But when I need you, I will call.
Understood. I suppose we can't very well go back to the Akiba freedom fighters now, can we? As I said before, please don't worry about me. Things do look bleak, but we've learned one very important fact. Your physical ailments come from the conflict between your synthester blood and the Night Eater blood. If we could isolate one or the other and remove it from your body, or perhaps... I can't promise immediate results from this, but I believe there may be something I can do for you. For now, though, you absolutely need caloric intake to help your body recover. In my professional opinion, we should go for some curry.
Damn.
No, no puedo ir a Mogra, pero sí puedo entrar en la habitación de la hermana. Y vamos a ver qué mangao. Jopetas, de buena calidad. Pero de qué buena calidad. Sí, puedo disfrazarme de de la criada. No, pero voy a ponerme esta ropa de que me encanta además. No tengo... Espera, o sí tengo. Sí que las tengo. ¿Y esto? Ah, vale. Va a caminar como ella. Bueno, ¿qué está apareciendo la nueva trama? Espera un momento, antes de continuar. Sí que voy a ir a la habitación de la hermana, por si acaso No, no continúa la otra. Anda, pero si está aquí.
Yeah. Yeah.
Espero que no me salte copyright para música.
Apparently, our new business associate stayed true to his word and released Kadi. Toko emailed me about it just now. But now she's turned her concern on us, since we've essentially vanished off the grid. I suppose we can't exactly tell her we're working with Soga Kagutsuki, can we?
Fortunately, it won't be necessary for you to associate yourselves with Mr. Kagutsuki any longer.
Well, if it isn't Sakaguchi, what can we do for you?
I regret that it's come to this after Mr. Kagutsuki went to such great pains to win your cooperation. But, well, to get right to the point, your participation within the organization is less than ideal for me.
Because you're worried I might have a look at your synthester research, I presume?
What? That's... Well, that concludes your exit interviews. Now, let's give these two their severance packages.
Sir,
Oh, a fine lot we've drawn, offending the main villain's whiny sidekick. How are you feeling? Are you up for a fight? This could get a bit unpleasant. Of course, you'll have me by your side, so shall we teach these brutes some manners? I got this.
A dejar los calzoncillos. No, no quiero agarrar. Cuidado que alguno de estos lleva peluquín y el peluquín cuenta. La acaban de desnudar. Miércoles, que este tenía peluquín. O tenía otro. Pues, ni en calzoncillos os voy a dejar. ¿Y el palo golf? ¿Te lo cogí? Con el culo al aire.
Please, I'm opposed to violence.
No lo parecías antes.
I guess you do have a point.
Using the synthesters to further your own business ambitions is rather shady, I'd say. And perhaps a bit too heavy a burden for a mere underling like you, Sakaguchi.
Shady? What nerve! I'll have you know the syntheser's somatic cells display properties that could be used to treat otherwise incurable illnesses and, well, suffice it to say, My research could save countless lives.
Salvar vidas liquidando otras. Muy bien, bravo. Eres el top de la ética en medicina.
Furthering medical science is a valiant goal indeed. But you never truly cared about that, did you? You only wanted fame and fortune, no matter what you had to do to achieve it.
You were studying them too. Are you going to stand there and tell me you weren't planning on profiting from them yourself?
Right now, I have only one goal I'm working toward. Studying the synthesizers is secondary.
Don't tell me it's to rescue that boy, is it? Because that would just be absurd.
What's so absurd about it? I've fallen in love with him. Who are you to tell me that such feelings should have lower priority than my professional ambition? You mean to tell me you hadn't noticed? My whole reason for helping the Akiba freedom fighters was because you were there. When indeed. A lady would never be so boorish as to detail the steady progression of her fancy.
I'm still here, you know. You're still talking to me. And I've still got the organization behind me, 100%.
Sadly, I'm afraid that isn't so. The organization has no use for pawns who can't perform their tasks.
Mr. Kagetsuki, sir!
What a sorry state you're in, Sakaguchi.
I can explain.
You know I only require Daishi Home Pharmaceuticals. There's no reason their representative need be you. In fact, if she'll cooperate with us, I do believe Miss Kasugai would be far better suited to that role. She is, after all, worth a great deal more. Consider this your notice of termination.
No! Think of all the funding we've provided. We gave you your base of operations. And we proposed the plan to give the synthesizers performance enhancers. Oh, I proposed that plan. Me!
Performance enhancers? Ah, yes, that drug of yours. You and Xenia worked independently on that little experiment, no? I'm content simply fueling the synthesizers with my own will. But then, what I seek is only the purest life energy, untainted by those vile drugs of yours.
How can you say that?
Begone. Get out of my sight.
Why me?
Con el culo ahí.
Now then, my apologies. I do hope he wasn't a burden on you. I knew I would have to remove him sooner or later, so you have my thanks for helping to put that unpleasantness behind us.
That's quite all right. I assume by your presence that you had some idea he might attack us?
I was not unaware of the possibility.
All right, so you put us in harm's way to carry out your dirty work. I'd say we've earned a few answers, wouldn't you? I want to know what your goal is here. Why you've subjected this town to such chaos. I want to know what merit there is in filling the streets with synthesizers.
Very well. You are already complicit, after all. The synthesizers are merely the groundwork for a much larger plan. My ultimate goal is the town itself. I intend to turn Akiba into a perfect, dark utopia.
A dark utopia?
Once I've done that, I'll be able to gather life energy from all over Japan, nay, from all over the world. And then the Night Eaters will finally take their rightful place. Our people will rise from the brink of extinction to the heights of glory.
Just to be clear, when you refer to the Night Eaters, you are including Shizuku and Rin, yes?
Of course. They have grand roles to play in the coming world order. And I'm expecting great things from you as well. You and that magnificent brain of yours. I have no doubts of your commitment to the cause. Now, I have a task for you to perform. I'll come and meet you afterward. So please, do feel free to take your time and enjoy your work.
A dark utopia, huh? How does he plan to pull that off, I wonder? If his plans involve hurting innocent people, then I agree. We have to stop him. Whatever we do, we have to be smart about it. We make our move only after we've learned all there is to know about Soga's plan. We should return to the organization's research lab for now.
Vale, me lleva el... ¿Y esto? ¡Ah! Es el arma de la otra. Vale. La colección. Jopeta, sí. Ah, este no lo tenía antes. Me lleva buenas piezas. Pues usaré para mejorar. Usaré para mejorar la equipación. No me gusta.
Sister, got it.
Ahora vamos a vender esto lo primero. Ahora lo tengo yo. Ah, bueno, eso lo voy a vender también. A ver. Esta. Bueno, lo otro no es que me suba mucho, pero qué narices.
Hold on a second.
Sí, tengo la ropa del malo. A ver, esta es un New Game Plus. Así que la mejoro para posteriores partidas.
Hold on a second. Okay. Good luck.
Quizás la próxima partida la juegue en tercer nivel de dificultad. A ver, la partida que jugué antes la jugué en nivel... en segundo nivel. Esta la estoy jugando en el primer nivel. La siguiente la jugaré seguramente en el tercero. Es que esta era para probar cosas y pues acabé encontrando esta historia. De hecho, los niveles de dificultad son fácil, casual, gamer y difícil. Es importante saber que a más dificultad, mejores recompensas. Es decir, si estuviera jugando en un nivel de dificultad más elevado, los objetos que voy pillando serían incluso mejores de lo que son ahora. De hecho, lo he probado. Una cosa, ¿cómo tiene...? Ah, 40... Vale, vale, va bien. Podría dar un arma mejor, pero no, voy a quedar con eso.
So how are you feeling? The color seems to have mostly returned to your face, at least. Though, you have a rather dark look in your eyes, and I don't think it's from physical discomfort. Come on now, you know we can't do that. I brought you to the organization for one reason, and one reason only. And that's to save your life. To find a cure for whatever it is that's going on inside of you. Well, not that we don't already know what's killing you. It's your duality. Synthester and Night Eater both, all in a single body. In the end, as necessary as it may have been at the time, it's Shizuku's blood that's done this to you. Imagine what she'd think if she found out about that. There's no doubt in my mind she'd blame herself. She'd be crushed under the weight of her actions and fall into a deep despair. Which is all the more reason I think we need to solve this problem on our own before we tell her anything. There must be some solution to be found, some means to save your life, and we can't rest until it's in our hands. Though, I fear our time may be running out. Not to mention the looming threat of Soga's dark utopia.
Ah, there you are. Come. I think you'll be very interested to see this.
Interested to see what now? What in the world?
Operation Arc. It intensifies the power of will, and so it represents the very core of my plan for the dark utopia. To put it simply, it's a sort of blueprint.
I'd like to take a closer look, if I may. Interesting. So, this is where all that siphoned energy ends up, then?
That's correct. And very soon the system will spring fully into life, extracting the energy from every living being in Akiba. Without the need for the synthesters, I might add.
So the life energy you've gathered so far is solely being used as fuel to power it?
Exactly. And the moment I switch on this device will be the moment my dark utopia becomes a reality.
Then this machine will serve as a source of new life for the Night Eaters.
However, there's a problem. The system is set to begin its first boot-up test shortly. But someone has been stealing life energy away from the synthesters.
The Akiba freedom fighters?
No. They don't have the means for a grand-scale metaphysical heist.
So, there's someone else at work here?
Everyone I've sent out to learn more has not returned safely. Which is why I'm sorry to say, I feel it's best I ask you to look into this matter personally. The system is still lacking in life energy, you see. It needs more than it's been given. You have chosen wisely. It would seem the majority of disappearances have been occurring along the side streets.
Side streets it is, then. Come on, let's see what we can find.
I await your successful return.
Ya, ¿quién puede estar detrás? un tercer agente. Es decir, están los Freedom Fighters por una parte. Estamos nosotros con Soga. ¿Y hay un tercero? Vale, no hay secundaria con la hermana. Sí, suelo retornar porque la secundaria se activa en cuanto se le pone el nombre rojo. Pero igual a estas alturas de la historia ya no puede ser. Se puede ir caminando, pero prefiero usar el viaje rápido.
Damn it! Why are you doing this? I thought you were on our side.
Espera. Espera un momento. Pero... ¿qué está haciendo Zenia? Le habíamos derrotado.
Never mind that. Just give me more life energy.
What's going on here? Is that Xenia Amo hunting synthesters?
Se me hace raro verlo sin traje.
Did you? Oh, what great timing. Here, you take care of him. I'm out of here.
No solo me hace gracia verlo sin traje, sino que encima lleva una camiseta de alguien que le dio una paliza por detrás.
Stop! Curses, he got away.
Eso se ha puesto interesante.
Long time no see.
Why are you hunting synthesters?
What business is out of yours?
None yet, but I'm sorry to say that's about to change.
What? What is the meaning of this? Doesn't matter. Regardless of your motive, I will not allow anyone to stand in my way.
Then here you shall fall, Amo.
Me encanta ese ataque.
Not over yet. I feel better. It's time for bed.
Ay, no puedo quitársela. ¿Está scripteado? No, scripteado. Vale, ya se la puedo quitar. De hecho, en la vez anterior le quité hasta los calzoncillos. Los tengo guardados. No se quema.
Damn! Still not enough?
I'll spare your life, but only if you promise not to hunt even one more synthester.
Hold it right there. What the hell are you doing? The ruckus was coming from over here. Hey!
The Akiba freedom fighters. This doesn't bode well.
It's you. What are you doing in a place like this?
And you're with Shion and that Amo creep. What the hell's going on?
Ugh, this is as far as I go.
Crap! Off he goes.
Tell us what's going on.
Let's go. We achieved what we set out to do. We'll head for Main Street and lose them in the crowd.
Wait! Where do you think you're going? Please, stop!
Miss Kasugai, can't you please give us some clue as to what's happening?
Me acabo de dar cuenta que Shizuku sigue llevando la guitarra que le di, que es la guitarra tocha.
Come on.
Wait!
No hay secundaria. Pero por cierto, la ropa que he mangado. Normalita. Y chino sin pierna. Digo, pantalones chinos. Lo suelo llevar en la vida real. No, voy a vender aquí. Uy, esto debería usarlo para mejorar algo. Ah, espera, ¿qué vendes? Voy a empezar a coleccionar accesorios.
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you very much.
So it's Xenia who's been hunting the synthesters, is it?
He gave no indication as to why, though.
I suppose even he can have an original thought every now and again. Xenia, hard to believe you're still alive.
Have you managed to collect all the energy you need?
I have. Soon, the system will awaken. And when it does, my dark utopia will be realized.
Una cosa, ¿no afectará esto a Sion?
You two need only watch the events as they unfold.
My, this is happening quickly.
Yes, but there are still other preparations to be made. Perhaps now would be the time to tour Akiba and burn its image into your memory. The last moments of the great otaku mecca.
Well, I'm not about to burn the last moments of the great otaku mecca into my memory. But I do think it might be worthwhile to step out for a moment and see what's happening. Let's head to Akimori's shrine.
Sister, got it.
A ver, ¿qué quiero mejorar? Esto.
Hold on a second. Okay.
Que esta es el arma del que acabamos de dejar en calzoncillos.
Good luck.
If that system is successfully activated, I'm betting ordinary humans wouldn't be able to get anywhere near that construction site anymore. Including me, of course. I have an idea. But if this idea fails, my life and yours will both be in grave danger. Still, I do believe it could work. Or rather, if you really want to become human again, I think it may be the only way. It's a bit late to worry about that now. I'm already thoroughly involved, in case you hadn't noticed.
¿Qué has hecho?
Now, here's my plan. Before the system's boot up is completed, we steal it.
Ah, bueno.
We can do it, the two of us. I know we can. Since the system was built to store the life energy collected from others, that means one of its basic functions must be to regulate that energy. If I'm right, we should be able to harness that function and use it to regulate the flow of life energy within your body, essentially remaking you into a human being once more. It's the only thing left we can do, even if our chances of success are, admittedly, not very high. But you know what they say, desperate times call for desperate measures. And I'm aware just how desperately risky this particular measure is. Yet, despite all that, I want you to trust me on this one. Thank you. And should this plan of mine succeed, I have a request for you, for when you've become human once again. Will you hear me out? If we make it through this, I want you to stop calling me Ms. Kasugai. Call me Shion. Really? You promise? I'm sure you've been calling me Ms. Kasugai out of respect, since I am an older woman of relatively high social standing. Still, I just think it might be nice to be addressed casually, as an equal or even a friend. I mean, for whatever else I may be, I am still a girl deep down. Did you just snicker? You're a brave man standing up to evil without a care. But when it comes to women, you still have a lot to learn. Once this is all over, let's both go back to the Freedom Fighters HQ and beg everyone's forgiveness together. But until that time comes, we need to focus on winning, on defeating Soga Kagutsuki. I wouldn't worry, though. You're like a good luck charm. When push comes to shove, I know you'll shock the world with what you can do. Come on, let's go. Let's go secure your future.
Pues nada, al final no habrá más secundarias con la hermana.
Did you need something?
I'll cut to the chase. We're here to take your machine.
Pity. I thought you were smarter than that.
Oh, but I am. In fact, I'm always right about everything.
I expected so little of you, and yet you still come up short.
Your plan is sick, and I won't let you use this system for it. I'm going to use it to save this boy's life.
Now that is disappointing. If nothing else, I believed you were at least a woman of logic and reason. But here you are, about to sacrifice your future for that brat.
This isn't a sacrifice. It's an investment in a whole other future, a brighter one.
I see.
But there is one thing I still don't understand. And that's why you let the synthesters loose in Akiba specifically. Why here? Why make this town into your dark utopia over any other?
We're an ancient race. We Night Eaters. Descended from the gods themselves. Long ago we existed as Earth deities, and the piety of our human subjects was all we needed to sustain ourselves. And it was a simple task to remain pious, as it required nothing more than respect for nature. We were a part of nature after all. So in return for that respect, we watched over the people of this land, guarding their civilization. But now, take a look around. All people cling to in this day and age is their own selfish greed. Nature has been all but forgotten as these gluttonous fools live their lives in sole pursuit of meaningless desire.
An unfortunate side effect of progress. Nature gives us food and light, but also disease and limitations. We use science and medicine to harness the good and expel the bad.
Which proves my point. Your people's advances brought with them a sense of entitlement, a soft self-conceit, blighting mankind worse than any natural sickness. But this town is different. Akihabara's particular brand of lust and desire is entirely unique.
Oh? And how's that, exactly?
Theft, corruption, deception. These are wants which go against man's natural instincts. They are foul and disgusting. But here, those festering desires are ignored, and in their place is unadulterated lust. But a pure lust, new and untarnished. Here, pilgrims offer their devotion, laying down their livelihoods for animation, for games, for songmakers. A new form of piety has flourished within these streets, in reverence to an entirely new sort of god.
That's ludicrous.
No, it's the truth, and I can prove it. The energy I've collected from the people in this town has been inordinately fine and pure. These people have remained chaste in service to their view of the world. Akiba is utterly awash in unspoiled virginity, and their hymns of praise shall echo through the streets of my dark utopia forever. That is the purpose I have been given. Now, perhaps we two understand one another. But what of you, boy? What makes your life, this life, so worth fighting for that you would condemn the Night Eater's future in order to prolong it? Very well. This is to be a war for survival, then. It's you or the Night Eaters. And I intend to win.
No! What's happening?
I told you before, the Rosary's purpose is to keep your Night Eater side under control. In other words, to seal it away.
Fight it. Come on!
You'll find you can no longer move. What a miserable fate. And you are powerless to fight it. Farewell, boy. Here we go!
Oh, no, you don't!
How noble, putting yourself in harm's way for your little toy.
If I can just get these beads off, it'll be all right. I'll save you. You should be able to move now.
Pero, ¿cómo le quitaste el rosario metiéndole la mano en la cara?
Don't concern yourself with me. We're so close. Just a little further. I believe in you.
Pues será un 1 contra 1.
Pitiful child, playing with forces he cannot comprehend. Face me now. If you think you can carve a new destiny for yourself, then prove it!
Vale, esta vez no tienes perros. Sí tiene, esta sea. Y van en modo Super Saiyan. Y son unos cuantos. Buena esa música. Déjame recoger los calzoncillos, anda. Ya es que el botón para hacer el ataque bajo es el mismo de recoger cosas, con lo cual... Ay, qué dinero, hay dinero. Yo voy a lo importante. Ah, pero el luteo. Aunque sean calzoncillos. ¿Y me ataquen con teclados? Manda narices. Es que para ser el malo final, en vez de llevar ropa hasta la cabeza, no, solo cuerpo y piernas. Pues no va tan protegido.
Did you do it?
No. This can't be. I've been taken down by raw power. Perhaps it's my fate to be ousted by a superior force. Truly, you are stronger than I ever imagined.
So, we won then. Which means we get to make use of your machine.
Do whatever you want. I'm through. Finished. I return now to the darkness from whence I came. Though I can't imagine what use it could be to you now.
I'm going to use it to remake him. To make him a human being again.
Ha! What a preposterous notion.
It's all right. Even if the odds are stacked against me, I'm gonna make it work. Just you watch.
As you wish. Try with all your might. Farewell.
All right. I can do this myself if I need to, but with these injuries, I certainly wouldn't say no to some assistance. I suppose I don't have much choice. I'll give him a call. Hello? Yes, it's been some time, hasn't it? Well, not quite that long, I suppose. No, don't hang up. Don't hang up. I sent you an email, and I was wondering if I might be able to count on you to bring me those parts I listed. Why?
¿A quién llamará?
So you'll do it then. Well, that's all I could ask for. I'll be waiting. Ta-ta. Perfect. Everything should be taken care of. Now we play the waiting game. Oh, I'll be fine. This is nothing. Ah, he's here. He's here.
Veía venir que iba a llamar a este tío.
Who do you think I am? Asking me to do this for you?
Thank you so much, Sakaguchi.
Yes, Miss Kasugai. Ma'am.
Oh, come now. Don't you think you're overdoing it just a tad? That's not important right now. What is important is getting everything ready. Our first order of business is to use this system to rid your body of both its Night Eater and Synthester blood. And more importantly, replace it with ordinary human blood. Piece of cake, really, thanks to modern medicine. Even if it weren't, I'd do whatever it took to save you. Well, I had a younger cousin. The Daishihan in Daishihan Pharmaceuticals is his family, and we Kasugais are an offshoot of that line. The Kasugai family has been practicing medicine for generations now, and the Daishihan family has been in pharmacology as far back as anyone can remember. Two lineages, two separate yet related fields of study. But the Kasugais and the Daishihans were not exactly on the best of terms with one another. Still, my cousin and I were close to the same age and quickly came to regard one another as brother and sister. And we decided one day that we wouldn't let the divide between our families keep us from working together and saving lives. That's the short version anyway. Only, he died before he had a chance to see that dream realized. He was sent abroad by his overzealous parents trying to show up our side of the family, and he had a mental breakdown.
Vaya.
I didn't even know what was going on at the time because I was so busy with my research. I was working on my thesis at graduate school. He sent me a letter, but it got lost in the shuffle. I never even saw it. I feel like I could have saved him if I'd only made a little time to get involved. And I suppose my guilty conscience got the best of me, because I eventually decided to take a job at Daishihan Pharmaceuticals in his place, so I could save the lives he wasn't able to. Then I became CEO, by pure chance, essentially. And that's when I learned of the Synthesters, whose victims suffered mental breakdowns that seemed all too familiar to me. No medication seemed to help them, but that didn't mean no treatment could ever exist. So I resolved to find the root of the problem, and I investigated like never before, but to no avail. It seemed they, too, were beyond saving. And just when things looked their bleakest, I happened to hear about you. It sounds utterly ridiculous, but the first time I saw you, I took you for a hero. Your own body was a mess even then, but you were determined to save the people you loved, no matter what, like any hero would. That's why No, I think that's the best place to stop. The bottom line is, don't worry so much. Everything's gonna be fine. Bad luck cowers before the likes of you. I'm gonna start fine-tuning this system now. You're likely still worn out from fighting Soga, so feel free to rest a bit. I'll call you when it's ready. All right, Shion, stand firm. You're almost there. Just focus a little longer.
Oh, this is really heavy. Oh, why do I have to do this?
Stop whining and get back to work. Well, good morning. Oh, Sakaguchi's harmless, don't worry. I simply had him bring me some medical implements.
This should be all of them. But there are plenty of other people to choose from at the company, you know. Why must I do all the heavy lifting here?
My, such hostility. You realize if this system were to be activated, everyone in town would be in danger, right? And I'd hate to see anything happen to someone who's been so very helpful to me.
I would too. Please, don't get me involved.
Glad to see we're in agreement. We can just call this an act of atonement on your part. Seems only fitting, don't you think? After all, I did recently step down as CEO. Can't imagine why I would have ever done such a thing. Can you?
Fine. You've made your point. I'll help.
That's a good boy. Quietly now, please. Oh, well, actually, I spoke to the head of the family and got my job back as president.
Ah, mira qué bien.
Well, naturally, the Kasugai and Daishihan families are majority shareholders, controlling around 60% of the company's stock. Which means
she was able to buy her way back to the top despite my best efforts to drive her out, the little shrew.
you're damned right I was. But Sakaguchi, you really should watch your mouth. Calling your company president a shrew does you no favors.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
So it seems we have some uninvited guests on the way. Those freedom fighters are a clever lot, I must say. Can you move yet? I need just a little more time, so if you could... I'm so sorry. I know you'd rather do anything else than fight your friends.
No
But
fastidies.
for what it's worth, Sakaguchi's gonna fight by your side to make things easier.
What? Oh, why me?
I'm busy, that's why. And I'm injured, or have you forgotten? Just buy me some time until everything's ready. They're on Main Street, apparently. Be careful, and go easy on them.
Entonces no hemos acabado todavía. No hay secundaria. A ver qué hemos mangado. No me sirve. Ah, que hay. Está la Izayoi y la Izayoi Oboro. Anda, ni sabía que había dos versiones. Lo que voy a hacer es pedirle a esta que me prepare ropa. Bueno, y esto lo vendo. Ahora no tengo el legit. Aquí. No me compensa realmente hacerlo así, pero bueno.
Hold on a second.
Ahora que me sobra la pasta.
Okay.
Aquí. Aunque esto me dé menos... Bueno, lo uso también.
Hold on a second. Okay. Got it. Good luck.
Voy a guardar. momentito. De vuelta. Perdón por la espera. No se ve que tenía animación cuando eso en espera. Por cierto, esto está y lo otro tengo ya en... Pero lo otro lo tengo ya en Legit, ¿no? No, Pro Tier. Bueno, a pelear con los Freedom Fighters.
Found you, you bastard.
Ah, que vamos a pelear contra Pops también.
Did you really turn heel on us? We know about the Dark Utopia plan, and we know it all hinges on whatever you've got stowed away inside the Radio Kaikon building. And whatever it is, we intend to destroy it.
We've sworn to protect Akiba at all costs.
It's time to open your eyes. Let's go.
Jopeta, si os ayuda hasta la policía. Bueno, la policía no, los de tráfico. Uno menos. Corcho, no me lo esperaba que este también tuviera eso. En calzoncillos. Espera, que aquí me dejo unos calzoncillos. Los colecciono. No me dejan ni sacar el arma. Ah, Han derrotado al otro. Sí, lo han derrotado. Espera, que a estos dos también les voy a dar por pelo. Y pensar que éramos aliados. Los dos a la vez. De verdad.
Gotta admit, you're tough.
Oh, a real enemy here is old age for me.
Just tell me, why?
Damn it. Why did it have to come to this?
Looks like some of them have made it to the construction site. Come on.
No, y claro, y las que habrán llegado serán las Night Eaters. Un momento. Perdón por la interrupción, es que aquí no se respeta nada. A ver qué me he llevado. No me interesa para nada. No me lleve el gorro de Pops. Vaya. Sí me lleve la camisa. Anda, mira. Está bien. La de Yuto. Y la de Kaito. No, no se pueden comprar en otro sitio. Espera, espera, que lleva aquí. Ah, lleva un llavero. Las sandalias que no las quiero para nada. Mira, me interesa este arma. Y esta también, para la colección. Espero que no me salte el copyright por esto. ¿No tengo el volumen puesto? Sí, lo tengo puesto. A ver. Ahí, no veo el chat. Ahora. Y no hay secundaria. Pues a radio caigan.
What did they put in your tiny little brain to make you turn traitor on us?
Entonces la jefa final será al final... ¿Y cómo se llamaba esta? Shizuku.
Weren't you on the side of righteousness?
Well, you don't look possessed, so that's out. Now spill it. What gives?
We are gonna infiltrate the Radio Kaikon site now. Please understand. If you're not coming with us, don't get in my way. or I will put you down. I'll bulldoze right on through, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Yeah, me too. Your dumb ass will be mine. Like when we were kids, but all over again.
I don't wish to fight with you, but you're not leaving much choice.
If all we have to fight are these girls, you can count on me for support.
Oh yeah, underestimate our gender. See how well that works out for you.
I won't lose to the sexual predator man.
Guess we're doing this then. Hope you're ready for a beating.
Me dan ganas de dejar que lo dejen en calzoncillos. Porque ha dicho. Ya, todo esto, ¿qué nivel sería ahora? Vamos a 54. Creo que en la partida anterior tenía más nivel. ¿Dónde está el resto? Vale, dirección equivocada. Mira dónde está, cómo se movió. Al final me llevo la ropa de todos los personajes. Los guantes no están por aquí.
Damn it. Taken down by a lousy minion.
Ugh, can't believe that was so one-sided.
You move so fast, I couldn't even see you.
Sis!
I'll take it from here. Rin, get everyone to safety.
Be careful, sis! He's stronger than he looks.
I only just made you my familiar, and here you are devoting yourself to random acts of aggression. No matter what the reasons, I'm the one who brought you into this cruel existence. I'm the one to blame. And so I will also be the one to release you from that fate. I take full responsibility. Let's put an end to this.
Música de jefe final. Jopetas, ya lo he desnudado. Me encanta ese ataque. Las corras no las consigo. Miércoles, por activar el comentario Luciano, me salió mal la jugada. No me llevo los calzoncillos. Ah, bueno, un calzoncillo se me lleva ahí. Aquí desnudamos independientemente del género. No somos como el tipo de aquí que hace comentarios sexistas. No, aquí todos valen lo mismo. Y en la tienda de segunda mano también, que son de venta la ropa. La verdad es que está más interesante esa historia que la que jugué antes. No, comenta. Lo que pasa es que tuve que activarlo. Por alguna razón se consideró inapropiado el comentario.
How? If I fail here, then this town's fate is...
¡Ay, qué pesada esta! Voy a lo más interesante de la historia y se me viene una tipa a venderme cosas. Una tipa que nada tiene que ver con la historia. Es un NPC que tasata te intenta estafar. Y hablando de estafar... A ver. Mira, me llevo... Mira, ahora tengo dos. No, con uno me basta. Y ahora puedo verse como Shizuku. Además, de buena calidad, ¿eh? Uniforme de guardia. Venga, uno para la colección. Me puedo vestirme de Toco. Así que me lo quedo. De esa ya tengo una. A ver. Nah, al final no quiero quedarme uno para la colección, que si no son muchos. Esto también tengo. De hecho, son 40 porque estoy jugando a la dificultad baja. En la anterior partida conseguí también ese mismo objeto, pero con mejor calidad. Ay, el arma esta, me interesa. Bueno, esta ya tengo una. Puntero. No, pero no me interesa el puntero. Así que... yo voy con esto. ¿Habrá algún combate más, supongo? No lo sé.
Those were some awfully strong girls. I think that takes care of your freedom fighters.
I'm impressed. You surpassed all my expectations, Sakaguchi.
Hey, I can get pretty serious when I need to.
Pero si quedaste en calzoncillos la mitad de las
I'm
veces.
going to turn it on now. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. You're the one who's short on time right now. Let's begin the operation. Using this system, I'm going to replace all the blood in your body. So I'm gonna need you to go to sleep for a little while. The next time you open your eyes, you should be an ordinary human being again. Just a normal boy, like you'd find anywhere in Akiba. Blood pressure, nominal. Respiratory pressure, also nominal. Looking good across the board.
Se ha puesto una bata médica.
The body hasn't rejected the transfusion either. It seems like the operation was a success.
I can hardly believe it. There's no precedent for this. This was an experimental operation, conceived of and performed entirely by you, and in almost no time at all.
That's all well and good, but I'm not finished just yet. Would you do me a favor, Sakaguchi? I want you to escape from here and take him with you.
What? What are you planning to do, Miss Kasugai?
I'm going to destroy this infernal contraption. With the system gone, this whole mess will finally be over. Soga's dark utopia will never be anything more than a fever dream, and this town will return to the way it was.
So why are we escaping?
Because if this machine is destroyed, all the life energy inside it will come pouring out. And I'm betting that's not gonna work out so well for whoever did the destroying.
Miss Kasugai, are you saying...
I'm saying I trust you'll get him to safety. Oh my, were you awake this whole time? I'm afraid there's no getting around it. This is goodbye. But I want to thank you. The time we spent together was wonderful. Got me thinking, maybe it really isn't so bad for a woman my age to have a young lover like you. Can't even remember the last time I smiled into the mirror as I have been lately. I was hoping perhaps I could tour Akihabara with you once you'd become human again, but well, Sakaguchi, he's all yours now. And you'd better hurry. Won't take long for the system to reach its breaking point. This kind of overload tends to be rather hasty. Go! Get into the elevator!
But...
Hurry!
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for thinking of me. And farewell, my dear, sweet.
Pero no podías hacer algo a distancia.
There you are.
Oh, it's you.
Been 3 months since then, huh? Man, time sure does go quick. And not a trace of the synthesters left to be found. Back to the same old Akihabara we know and love. Ain't even been any plips about those things for a good long while now.
Shizuku went back to her home village last week. She said maybe there's some other way to keep the Night Eaters from dying out. But Rin has decided to stay in Akiba and continue to work as a pop artist for a while.
Hey, any way we can talk you into coming back? Nobody blames you, you know. And I'm sure Shion had her reasons for joining up with the organization.
I feel the same way. I know you must have had a very good reason to do the things you did. And you two are the ones who saved me after all.
It's Shion, ain't it? Guess even 3 months ain't long enough to forget somebody like her, huh? Well, you'll probably never forget her, but you know what I mean.
I'm so sorry. I believe in you. I know that you'll find a path of your own in time.
Just remember, no matter where you go or what you do, you'll always be part of the Akiba Freedom Fighters. You're welcome back here anytime. You got that?
Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. It's been 3 months, hasn't it? Considering you never had a post-operative exam, you seem to be doing quite well. But never mind that. I haven't been frantically searching the town just to make small talk with you. Please, follow me. Time is short, so we need to hurry.
Anda.
Why are you here? Let me guess. This was Sakaguchi's doing. Why does he choose now, of all times, to do something thoughtful? I'm sorry I didn't contact you. You must have been, well, upset, to say the least. Seems you weren't the only one with a penchant for bad luck. I hadn't planned to live through that explosion. Never had the slightest doubt that my life was going to end. And yet... Well, I'm planning to leave Japan for a while, tour the world, decide what I can do and what I should do. Try to find my place, I suppose. And I thought, since I'm going to be leaving the country soon, I'd do well to take one last good long look at Akihabara before I go. So here I am. But I never expected I'd run into you. I was afraid perhaps I'd have second thoughts if I saw you, you know, about leaving. Now hold on. This isn't some sightseeing tour. I have no idea when or even if I'm coming back. I might even wind up visiting a country mired in civil war or some such thing. You're acting like a fool. I thought you'd certainly be back at your old life by now, and you have your friends in the Freedom Fighters, don't you? Yet, you're willing to throw all that away from me? I suppose, in the end, that's the kind of sheer idiocy Big Sis Shion loves about you. Hey! Keep your voice down. I never thought I'd fall for the lure of finding true happiness. But then, this is quite the moment we're having, isn't it? Alright, what the hell? Let's do this. Let's leave Akiba behind us and fly off to the next great stage, wherever it may be.
Anda, mira. Lo tengo en la pata del laboratorio. Pues nada, se acabó. Muchas gracias por acompañarme. Perdón por las interrupciones. Y hasta pronto. Bueno, es que estáis en Twitch.